Hello, my convicts and convict heads, just to decide of convict bringing you guys and gals another quick vlog. So today in the vlog is just for me to give you a quick heads up and reminder. I did put out as a communities post, so keep an eye on the community post for anything on there. But I wanted to kind of do it as a video as well, just to let you know what's been going on this week, because there's been a lack of videos, and I do apologize for that. Mainly because of Rio at the moment. He's been kind of a bit boisterous over this past week because of him being off and then wanting to continuously go out. It's been kind of difficult. And then when his mum's had the car, or we've not been able to, he's been getting upset. And like today, I took him to the park. We were over there for at least 3+ hours. Then we come back and then he started getting upset again around about 5, 6 o'clock. And I'm like, I've just taken you out, but he wants to go out again. I'm like, I can't keep doing it each and every day. We could do it like once a day and then that's it. But trying to explain to my son who's autistic, very difficult, very difficult. So he's been getting a bit upset and a little bit mardy because he's not been able to go out. So, I've tried my best. But when he's like that, I'm trying to record as well. I'm getting stressed because I'm trying to focus on this and then having him at the same time. Being kind of difficult to balance them both. And I expect as he gets older, it'll probably get worse. So there will be times where we'll probably have to deal with that. And obviously, we'll see what we can do. So my apologies for the lack of, but just know, obviously, I've been pretty busy. And hopefully, I think Mondays when he goes back to school, and then we should be back to normal with the recordings, doing like maybe 2, 3 recordings a day, and then I'll space them over the week, or do 1 per day or 2 per day, depending how I can fit them in. And you'll see that. Also, next Friday, I should hopefully, I won't promise, next Friday should be the live stream. I meant to do it this Friday, but I completely forgot. And again, with Rio, it was just a little bit difficult to get that fitted in with what's going on. So maybe in the future I'll have to try and sort some out with that and see what we can do. Because obviously, like I said, with Catherine, she doesn't support anything I do, so I have to do it all myself and look after Rio. And all I get from her is, well, you decided to be his carer, so you're caring for him. You have to deal with it. And it's like, oh well, no, that's not how it works. We share the house, we share the responsibility, but trying to explain that to her is like trying to punch yourself in the dick, basically. Just punch yourself right in the dick, and there you go. That's about as much help as it will be. But going away from that anyway, a little bit of light on the tunnel, because I was speaking to Community Fiber. And Community Fiber, if you don't know, they are apparently a new company that's opened up, that's come up, and they are actually doing some work here in Thorn. Apparently, the work has already been started before, and they've already been in this area and have been working on planning to bring fiber optic to my area. They've been building the infrastructure, and apparently it's been somewhat built here already, so it's already somewhat in place. And they've been doing that in order to try and install their own version of fiber. Now, I was talking to someone on the phone. I don't really want to mention names just in case, but you know who you are because he does know about the channel. Salute to you. And we was talking in regards to obviously community fiber and obviously what's happening, because I don't know much about them. I don't know, what's going on with that. So I was kind of asking questions, trying to dig a little deeper, get sort of like a sense of when it's going to happen. Got confirmed that it will definitely be sometime in August, but maybe a bit later than August. So it might not be on the day that they say, which is around maybe like the 21st, 23rd of August, but a bit later on than that. But they definitely are coming over, and they're definitely going to be setting up. So that'd be really cool. They're going to then start calling out to obviously the people here in the area, and then start sorting out with connections and building that connection to the homes, which is going to be really cool. So looking forward to that. If that, that comes to fruition, I try to stay as skeptical or open-minded as possible, because you never know. But it seems pretty good from what I've heard. Also, the really cool idea and feature of this as well is that their connection's not going to be run through OpenReach either. So this connection that they're building is their own connection. So it's going to be something completely different of OpenReach. So what if you don't know about it, here in the UK, OpenReach has always had the biggest monopoly over the infrastructure for our internet because they own all of the connections, all of the underground wiring and everything in the whole of the UK. So when it comes to building, there's been few little companies that have had their own infrastructure. Like I think for one, Russell Brand, is it Russell Brand? Not Russell Brand. Richard Branson had Russell Brand. Richard Branson. I don't know how to get them mixed up, but yeah. Richard Branson basically brought in obviously his version of Virgin cable, and then obviously sold that on. But that was a different infrastructure from OpenReach. But OpenReach had been like the predominant monopoly of everything because they own. Because they were owned by BT, BT had a monopoly because they owned everything. Obviously, they weren't allowed to do that, so that kind of got pushed out and obviously got sorted. But a lot of the companies like TalkTalk, Voda, all those kind of companies, Sky and everything, they actually were running through that connection because they're all owned by OpenReach because OpenReach lease out these connections to those people and then they give them a set fixed amount of connections. Say, yeah, we own the connection, and they lease out those connections to people, and they pay money for those connections, sort of thing. And it's been kind of awkward because when only one company owns it, then they're going to get really lazy. And they're just kind of like, well, we don't have to do anything because there's not really much people can do about it because it's tough, sort of thing. Now, obviously, this new company's come in and they've started their own version and they're going to do their own infrastructure and have their own roads and stuff and connections and data center and all that. It's going to be a lot different because there's a competitor who can then now start to muscle in on some of those connections and get their own version of the internet set up. And this is where community fiber is at the moment. So when they come in August, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get that. And like I said, with them having something that they call async speed as well, which sounds interesting, which is basically means that their download and upload speeds will be exactly the same. So if you get 1,000 download, you're going to have 1,000 upload speed as well because they're going to have async connections as well, which is going to be kind of cool. So it'd be interesting to find out how that works. And if that's a possibility, because most companies generally that you get generally don't have both download and upload speed. They only have like bigger download and smaller upload speed. So if that's possible, then that's going to be really cool. And they also have Wi-Fi 6 routers and a lot of the latest tech, which is going to be good for doing stuff. And they're going to have an added mesh support, which I've also put in for, so that Rio gets much more coverage in the back garden. Because at the moment, with the Neduma R2, as we all know, unfortunately, their Wi-Fi is very limited for the range, and I don't have the Zeek Slom because I have everything run through the Netduma. It's very, very limited. That's one downside to the Netduma R2 is they are very, very limited on the range to how far that will actually reach, and it will not reach to the garden. It only reaches to maybe part of the beginning of the garden. Beyond that, it won't. And our garden's not big, so it's not huge. So it, it's very limited by the amount of area that it covers, fortunately. But it is what it is on that front. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. But I just kind of wanted to let you know and give you a heads up, obviously, what was going on, because I obviously try to do the best I can, and I know obviously my elites are aware and obviously support me fully. Thank you, Raf, and salute to you, buddy. Also, big shout and salute to Freevee as for being elite as well, one of my elites. So, just one last thing to wrap up with this is basically, if you want to help the channel, help and support me, there is a couple of ways you can do in this. Number one is by liking the video. Please like the video. It does help. It takes a second to do, and not only that, it helps it to get to more people, pushes it higher up in the algorithm if you do this. Also, if you are new, subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified. And make sure when you tap the notification bell, you also tap it and make sure it's set to all. So you get all notifications, whether it's from the communities tab, whether it's a video. Just make sure that your notification bell is set to all when you actually press it. If you want to join, you can. It's $1.99, gives you access to emotes, badges, and all that cool stuff as well. I'm hoping to do giveaways for elites in the future when we get enough elites, as we've only got 2 at the moment. Salute to those. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. 1,010%. Appreciate you very, very much, boys, for helping me out each and every month, because that helps me to pay for not only the internet, but obviously doing cool stuff, giveaways, and obviously stuff with Rio as well. So thank you very much to those that are joining and continuing to support for over 5-6 months now that they've been joined for. So thank you very much, boys. But yeah, there are a couple of different ways. You don't need to donate. I never ask people to donate anything. Just enjoy the ads if you've got advertisements on videos, because they help to support, because the ad revenue is what builds up. It has been like 3 or 4 months I've been waiting to get ad revenue. I've just recently got it last month, which was £60. So I get very, very little at the moment. So please do try and, obviously, if you have advertisements or an advertisement block, if you want to turn it off for my videos only and then turn it back on, or if you want to support in any way, just ensuring that the ads are there. Don't go clicking on ads or anything to try and drum up anything. Just if the advertisement's there, then you can skip it as it comes up and skip it. But at least if it's playing or whatever, or it's on there and you're having to click skip ad, then it is generating little bits in between on there. So yeah, there are a couple of ways you can help and support in regards to that, and I appreciate it. Those obviously that see ads and obviously have ads on their videos. Anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate you all. Hopefully we'll be back to normal next week, and I will try my best to get out as many videos as I can. And apologies for the last video. I forgot to bring the mic closer to me, or I've noticed that the setting for my mic was a bit lower than normal. So hopefully this should be a lot louder than that one, because I forgot to put the gain back up and I forgot to save it. So it's reset itself, and that's why it sounds really quiet. Again, apologies. Anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate you all. And yeah, salute to you and bye for now.